Mark McLean, and thank you for tuning in just to watch my Shave of the Day video. Today we're going to be using something really nice as I whip it out. Look at that. It's a flying disc. Wow! Whoa. Hello, grasshopper. No, this is Dapper. It's a sample. I've never seen samples come like this. Have you? Well, one other one that I've tried recently, and it was really awesome. And this one, I think, is going to be fantastic as well, at least according to what I smell. The smell on this is really good. And the good thing I like about these small discs samples, that's a different kind of a sample. I really like the sample because you can just place it into the bottom of your bowl. And once it gets wet, it will automatically conform to the bottom by itself without you having to dig it out and form it yourself to the bowl and its shape. This is from Diamond Bar Shaving, and my buddy Daniel Sutherland. I'm going to be trying that product today. He sent me that one, and so it is on trial to see how I do with it. I've never tried it before, so it's all new for me. It may not do well with my skin, and I guess we will find out. I'm hoping that it does, because the scent is really appealing to me, and I like the scent. Dapper has sophisticated notes of black peppercorn, and I think that's what I noticed right off the bat was the peppercorn and some leather too. Yeah, I get the leather note, but it also has some other notes that I haven't picked up yet, but I'm sure I will when I start lathering it. It has leather, as I mentioned, warm woods, patchouli, musk, and citrus. And the brush I'm using today is my Edwin Jagger. This is a synthetic silver tip fiber brush. I like this brush. It's really going to be something that I hang on to for a while, I think. And I really like the color of this too. That handle. That's the fall, I think that's the fall horn. Maybe real, I'm not sure. It's handmade though. This brush is handmade in England, and they do a great job at Edwin Jagger. I am now going to heat up the water and just put a little bit on my disc, my sample of Dapper. My pre-shave I'm using today is some pre-shave oil from Beaver Woodwrights. That's their logo, the BWW logo, and I'm going to pour out just a little dollop in my hand. And this stuff smells nice too. It says it has, what is in this? Olive oil, castor oil, sweet almond oil, grapeseed oil, tea tree oil, and fragrance oil. All I know is that it does a great job protecting your skin and keeping away razor burn, and it also helps to allow the razor to glide across your skin a little more adeptly, if I can say that word, and thus doing that prevents you from little nicks and cuts along the way. But I like the scent. It smells nice. Okay, got the water going. It's really hot now. Making sure I get my hand dry. I don't want to have a wet shave like I used to have when I first started shaving. That was a problem I tended, I guess, to run into from time to time. I would always have a wet shave, and that would mean some type of problem with my straight razor, because I would end up almost dropping it on several occasions, and one time in particular I dropped it altogether. And I'm putting a little of the bloom water, which it hasn't bloomed very long, but it doesn't have to, because this is just a small disc. And I'm going to wet my bristles of my brush right now with some hot water. And the way I'm going to get the water out is just by gravity alone. Just a couple of taps like this against the counter is usually enough to get out an adequate amount of water out of the bristles. Once you get the water in there, you don't want to hit too much water on your disc. And I have since poured all of the water out of my bowl. So now I just have the disc sitting in the bottom, and I'm going to take the brush and just sort of whisk it around a few times. Should be coming up with a lather rather quickly. And if that's anything to do with the way the other soap performed, which it did wonderfully, by the way. I can't recall the name of the other soap that I used. It'll dawn on me later, I'm sure. All right, look at that. I like that. We'll go ahead and put this on and see how it does. Rather nice. Does a great job. Goes on good. I like the lather. Yeah, it does lather nicely. It came to a lather really quickly. I didn't have to keep beating it in the in the bowl just to come up with a lather, you know. It didn't take that long. And the little chunks did break off a little bit. That's one thing I guess you have to deal with when it's so thin of a piece. I could probably have prevented that, though, if I would have taken the time to form the disc into the bowl. But truthfully, that's what I like about it. I like the fact that I don't have to form the soap into the bowl. I like being able to just hit it up and start stirring on it. And I'm not going to be using all of this soap disc in one shave anyway. There's still plenty left. So I'll keep that and take it out right now and set it over to the side so that I can either use it again in the future, or I can just go ahead and pay it forward to somebody else. And that's what I prefer to do anyway. I'm going to add just a little bit of water to my bowl. And I have since taken out the sample. I'm just using what I have loaded onto my brush and what's in the bowl right now. And it's stirring up a nice lather. But the scent's really nice too. It isn't as predominant as I thought it would be, which that's neither here nor there. You know, it's neither negative or positive as far as I'm concerned. I like the scent, and that could be stronger. It doesn't bother me if it were to be stronger. But look at how this stuff goes on. I'm serious. That lathers really nicely. It just gives me the perfect coat that I like. I like a consistency to be sort of thick, but yet thin enough that you can't really see your skin through the coating. But yet I don't want a whole lot of sudsy type bubbles or lather either. So yeah, it's real nice so far, so good. The new year is right around the corner, guys. By the time I get around to editing this, it may have already arrived. I hope not. There's that little chunk I got in there. I'll take that out right now. I'll have to say I do like these types of samples better than having to dig out a chunk with my fingers. I like the disc sample. I don't know how in the heck he got it shaved so thin, but he did. Okay. Let's bring a towel into this method of madness. Okay. And the razor I will be using today is my, whoa, sort of heavy there to open up, my Weight & Butcher 8/8. I love this razor. Solingen steel, it's great. It's a Sheffield Weight & Butcher. Got the barber's notch on it that I really like. Okay, here we go. Let's jump in there and get it. Yes, I stropped it ahead of time. Got a lot of good little whiskers going there. Just going to wipe that down so I can see the beard line. It's a good shaving soap. It seems to be great. Performs nicely. That's why this barber's notch is handy when you have a mustache. Perfect. I don't want to, cut too much into my mustache, so it sort of reaches around the corner when you have that barber's notch. I like it. Got a few little hairs there off of the sideburns. Good. Got a good trim around the mustache with just the first pass. Now I'm wiping this off so I can get a view. I've already moistened it, the beard rather nicely with the lather, so now I'm just going to check it here. Just sort of line it up a little bit, that's all I'm doing. Going to apply a little more lather. And do the neck area now. did have a little chunk that I wasn't aware of. Just a little bitty chunk. Not enough to save. I'm gonna throw that down the toilet. Down the toilet. Put a little more water in here. Just a few drops. And I like to drip the drops of water into my bowl from my fingertips instead of doing what I used to do, which was I used to keep a sink full of water, and I found out that my phone would sometimes fall off of the mirror, end up in the sink. And another issue was the fact that I would take the tips of my brush and immerse them, hopefully just the tips, into my sink of water. Unfortunately, look at that stuff. That's nice. Unfortunately, I would sometimes overdo it and end up with way too much water on my brush. I really like this brush too, by the way. It's a Edwin Jagger handmade. And they actually call it a synthetic silver tip fiber. I don't know what the heck that means. A synthetic silver tip fiber. All right, sounds good to me. Going to trim up underneath the neck area, the beard line, as it is. Right under the beard line, because that's the area that grows thickest on me. This razor is just tremendous, folks. I like a big razor. My razor that I have coming from Silverloaf, a custom, has been delayed just a little bit. He has gotten behind, so therefore he stopped. Got a little itch there. He stopped taking any further orders. He closed his books just so he could get out the orders that he has. The guy's really getting more and more popular. When it gets out of control, I guess, you know, that's a good sign. But I don't mind at all. I told him to take his time. I would prefer getting a razor that was perfect instead of one that he rushed to finish just because of a date or a deadline. So it's the first custom razor that I will ever have owned. My wife got it for my birthday, August 19th, so it's a little late getting here, but that's okay. It will mean more to me. Good things take a little time, right? Just checking this out. I'm always amazed after I check out my beard after one pass with this thing, because it gets so close with one pass. It's just tremendous. Now going to do the upward pass. I hope you guys, I've already said this once, but I mean it sincerely. I hope you guys had a great holiday, a fantastic Christmas, and you got to enjoy some family time. I know I did. Doing the upward path. Enjoying an early morning shave today, and everybody's still laying in bed, and I like that. Nothing like a good 5 o'clock shave. Great. Perfect. Going to do the goatee area. And then the neck again. And I will have completed my shave of the day. I'm noticing that I had 2 cups of coffee today, and so I'm shaking a little bit. Probably best to not drink so much coffee before a shave with a straight razor of this size and magnitude, right? Excellent. Now I will finish up here. I'm going to add just a little bit of water to my bowl. That's the consistency that I have right now. And I'm just going to add a few drops, just 1, 2, 3. That's it. And that's enough. It took me a little while learning to be a wet shaver. It took me a little while to get the consistencies down of exactly how much to use, you know, but that's part of it. I got a buddy, another buddy, starting wet shaving again. I don't know that he's wet shaving again. I mean, another buddy that I'm getting into wet shaving. Again, for me. His name is Sean Kerrigan. Sean, I salute you, my friend, and I'm so glad that you have decided to join in. I need to do the upward pass now. So if you see Sean, S-E-A-N, it's not seen, it's Sean, help him out if you don't mind. Any way possible. He doesn't have any gear yet. He's just starting out. Joining some of the groups. You'll be seeing him surface, talking about him a little bit here and there. We've been friends for quite some time. And he has a business called Baldy View, I believe, Sharpener, or yeah. I'm sorry, Sean, if I said that wrong. It's early in the morning. Just checking out, making sure that I've gotten my shave on properly. Just making sure that I didn't miss any spots. And I have it. That's good. Great shave, very close. Wade and Butcher does it again, folks. I like a big old honking razor. This is an 8/8 razor, and that's what it looks like. Horn scales. And the one that I'm getting custom made by Silverloaf is a 9/8 razor. So it's going to be even larger than that one. Can't wait though. I like big razors. And that is that. Fini. Got a little bit of soap on my lens. Today, my pre-shave is of a select quality. Today, my pre-shave is going to be from Captain Hunter's Spiced Scents of the Seven Seas, Mutiny Bay Rum. Yes. Mutiny Bay Rum, that's what I'm using today. And no, I'm not opening up these two bottles for that. I am going to be using this spray bottle that I sort of got for myself. This is my personal use. Perfect. Man, this stuff is good. I love the scent. A lot of people do too, and I hope you're one of them. It does smell nice. It's great for your face. That's why it's an aftershave. I tried to explain that once and it came across incorrectly. A lot of people were thinking, well, you mean it doesn't smell very long? No, that's not what I meant. I meant to say that it's an aftershave. It means it needs to go on right after your shave because it's designed like the original aftershaves were. Originally, the aftershaves were meant to prevent infection because in those days, they shaved with a straight razor. And when they had a cut back in those days, it could have ended seriously because of bacteria and infection. Wow. That's why they came out with witch hazel. And that was one of the main aftershave lotions for years and years. In fact, Mutiny Bay Rum has witch hazel in it. It has witch hazel. It also has some other ingredients, secret ingredients, but it also has vitamin E. It has aloe vera juice. It has neem oil and rose water. All of those are designed for your skin, to keep that in mind. There are 20 total ingredients in Mutiny Bay Rum, and I think you're going to like it. So if you'd like to find out more, feel free to email me. The email address, mirrorededges@yahoo.com, and I will let you know how things are going and how far your wait may be, because we've got our second batches getting ready to be released. We just released the first batches recently, and the second batches are getting ready to go out. So thank you very much for all of your continued support. Buy some Mutiny Bay Rum when you get the opportunity. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Get out there and enjoy yourself and have some fun. And don't forget to promote our hobby. Promote wet shaving. And make sure that we continue this throughout the years to come, okay? Especially in 2016. All right. Thank you once again. Pay it forward once again, folks. Keep that in mind. It's important. Peace.